I'm Coach Ant.
I'm Coach T, and we're fans that know some.
And today we have our special guest back live on the set, Coach Lamont Tillman.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
You know what? We got to bring this up. We told you guys this dude won a championship. Can you please show him the bling?
Boss
Can you
talk
please
right
show
here.
the bling?
Oh my gosh.
Put it in the
Look at
camera. Look at
Ooh, that thing is shimmery.
Yeah, we got these a couple weeks back, and they turned out really real,
As you can see.
real good.
You think?
that. Yeah.
You know, I don't know how often I'm gonna actually wear it. But,
Right.
You know, since I was a special guest on a special show, I thought I would just break it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy you
we're
did.
happy you did.
It looks good. And you definitely look like you know something.
Yeah.
Right.
That is a fact.
Man, but congratulations
Yeah,
again.
congratulations
Appreciate
on
it.
that.
Well deserved.
Yeah. So, WNBA today, fellas. We're going to dive right in. I see you got your gear on. Let's get it.
Let's
when
go.
you're talking about the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, the most polarizing athlete in the WNBA today. Is she the most polarizing rookie? Or why do you think that she gets or draws so much attention or even so much heat from her opponents?
I guess I can start it off and just say there's been many that came in the league with some hype, but I think she has sparked a different, vibe. And I think, too, it was the class she came in with. Mm-hmm. And Caitlin Clark's, the way she plays is so entertaining, but again, it came in with that rivalry with Angel Reese, and it was perfect timing for the league. But again, her style of play is so entertaining, and the timing was just right because that's the trend that we're going,
Yeah.
So I think to answer your question, probably so.
Okay.
And it just set a different, trend, a different level to where the league is going. So
No, yeah, I think she's brought a different feel to the game. I think it, like you said, I think it started in college.
Yep.
And because she plays so much like Steph,
Yep.
and Steph being one of the most popular
Yeah.
NBA players with the way he plays, the way he shoots the ball from the perimeter, and she plays so similar to him that it's easily translatable to the fans and what the fans want to see.
Yep.
Especially when you're in a situation where you're not seeing flashy dunks, tip dunks, you're not seeing those type of highlight plays. Steph has made deep step back threes, with people in your face off the dribble. He's made that popular.
Yes, another element.
And exciting.
Yeah.
And now that's something that can easily translate to the women's game.
Yep.
And they have somebody who is the face of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's a great point.
Yeah,
It
great.
brings a whole new element of entertainment versus, you're not solely reliant anymore on like the physical entertainment. When I say physical, they're definitely physical and athletic, but again, like the dunks and things of that nature. So yeah,
Yeah, so not to bring men's basketball or NBA to it, but Caitlin has that effect. I would say as much as a Michael Jordan for the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that helps the current WNBA's growth, or does it hurt it
I think it helps,
Okay.
having that effect. And
as a whole?
just as a whole,
yeah.
And I know some people talk about, well, other players are like jealous of her and stuff like that. I've been in these conversations. I had to remind people there's competitors going against her.
Yeah,
Right.
You're not stepping on the court. We as fans go, ooh, Caitlin Clark is a baller. But if I'm going against her as a player,
Yeah.
it's not my job to, just like her the same way. So I think sometimes that gets caught up in people think that they're being like jealous. No, they feel, okay, she's coming in. She's trying to take me out, on the court. I got to go back at her, and I can make a name for myself and prove myself. So.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, when you're in a competitive sport, and there's eyes on her, and everybody knows there's eyes on her. The team that she's playing against, the player that she's going head to head against, they know that there's eyes on her.
Yeah.
So, like you said, making a name for myself, I'm going at your neck.
Right.
I'm going at you.
And that's what it's about, especially with her being young still. She's new to the WNBA. and some of these vets and some of these women that have been doing it for a long time, they still trying to make a name for themselves, because we know making a name for yourselves in today's game, today's market means money.
Yep.
You know, so if I can make a name for myself because of, you know, how I played or dominated or competed against Caitlin Clark, you know, I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
If that means I might get
another
endorsement
contract,
deal, or you know, might get a shoe. you know, there's money to be had.
Yeah.
And I think they're taking it. Some of them are taking advantage of it, and like you said, some people, fans, are saying, "Oh, it's jealousy, things of that." No, I'm competing.
I'm competing.
Yeah.
I'm competing. I'm trying to make a living too.
Yeah.
It's lonely at the top, so you know you gotta go at it and take that
You got to
spot,
go
man.
and if you think about it, and we know from a coaching standpoint, okay, we know the impact that Caitlin Clark has. If I'm on a bubble of making a roster, and I show the coaches and the GMs like, hey, I can be that Caitlin stopper or just kind of irritate her a little bit.
Yeah.
I may just get a job off of just doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, we need you on the team to be like the Caitlin Clark agitator.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. The Dennis Rodman of the WNBA.
Hey.
Yeah. So let's stay on the growth aspect, right? We know we have they're under coming talks on the CBA, and I just want you to talk and give a synopsis on how you feel that's actually going to go. You think it'll go in the players' favor? Will they get what they're asking for, or will the CBA try and control the whole narrative in the scenario?
I think eventually they will, because at the end of the day, and I try to remind people of this too, they look at, well, for years they haven't made a profit. For years the NBA didn't make a profit.
Right.
For years, there's many teams in the NFL that didn't make a profit. And the NBA, the WNBA was a part of the NBA, for a long time.
Yep.
Many companies, that's how business operate. You may have like a large, corporation that has different smaller products or businesses that play some type of role in the bottom line.
Yep.
Right. The WNBA, when you look at the unit itself, wasn't making a profit, but there's many elements of the unit that was profitable and adding, profit and marketing and things of that nature. This is the first year they're actually on pace to make $1 billion, and I think with the CBA, the players know they're going into a whole different stratosphere of earning potential. So if I sign a CBA that's outdated and the league is now getting ready to make all this money, I want to be a part of what we see the future. So I think people, when they hear them talking about wanting money and the profits that it used to be, no, this plays a role to where it's going. And it's going to, you see from shoes and endorsements and social media.
Even expansion.
So,
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing is as they continue to expand the league, I think once they get steady and stable from an expansion, number of teams, number of players, things of that sort in the league, and I think they'll settle in on the women eventually getting what they want or getting closer to what they want. I think at this point the owners are still, at the beginning stages of kind of starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to what this can really be financially for them. And the thing is, everybody has to come to an agreement. So it's not like just one NBA or WNBA team might be gung ho about it.
That's a good point.
No, let's go. Those owners gotta come to a collective agreement as to what they are comfortable doing. So one team doesn't get an advantage over another team because of how much money they're willing to spend versus, the smaller market teams. With them expanding to 2 or 3 more teams that are about to be added to the league. I think after this next expansion, I think they'll kind of start to really push them towards, more favorable salaries.
And I think, Lamont, you bring up a good point. The collective bargaining agreement. There's a lot of other elements when you're talking about that. It's not just about, okay, you're paying me this, I'm paying that. It's about, okay, what every other owner can or can't do. It's a lot more details to this versus just, okay, the what a player is getting paid. It's a lot more.
Yeah.
So
But I really hope it works out in their favor. They deserve it. They play really good basketball. So I appreciate you guys' take on that. Now I want to move into like a more intricate part of being a teammate, right, so to speak, right? So if you were a teammate of Caitlin Clark, would you feel pride or pressure playing basketball alongside her?
I'm gonna let Coach take this one first.
All right, Coach Lamont.
Playing next to Caitlin.
Yeah.
Not mean I want Caitlin. I would want Caitlin on my team.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun. Especially you have all the spotlight and all the attention on her. You know, it's going to open up opportunities. If I'm playing with her, it's going to open up opportunities for me because all the attention is on her.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, from a basketball, from an X and O perspective.
Yep.
You know, Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, look at the way she's playing.
Yeah.
And she's playing like that with and without Caitlin on the court.
Yep.
But at the same time, I mean, just think about driving lanes and opportunities because they're not leaving Caitlin sitting in that corner.
Right.
Yep.
They're not
Yeah.
leaving her.
Yeah.
So I got one-on-one drive right here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can just get downhill one-on-one. And if I can, like Kelsey, if I'm a good one-on-one player, I'm eating off of this.
All night.
So I mean, you think about what it was like to play with Larry Bird. You think Parrish and and those
upset, like,
and
man, it's Larry.
Dennis
He getting
Johnson.
all
You
the
think they was
attention.
upset playing with Larry Bird? No,
not at all.
That's my dude. That's my teammate.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's, again, another good point. And I think this is where sometimes the fan mindset is just different from the athletic man's mindset. When you're on the court, you want as much help as possible, you know, because winning is fun.
Right.
And your job become easier. I remember being on teams where I had really good players and it made me look, you know, even better as a point guard, you know, because now I'm getting better shots. I'm getting I can throw lobs that you know, I got, you know, if I don't have guys that can dunk, I'm not throwing any lobs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's
So-
helping each stat. You
Yeah.
know, the better your players around you are, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then too, just the spotlight. I mean, they are at a point where you can make money off of your influence. Caitlin Clark brings more attention, which give you more opportunity to have more content, more coverage. I mean, a lot of their teammates on the Fever, we all know more about the entire team now versus just Caitlin Clark. So I would absolutely sign up.
Oh yeah, and,
Yeah,
and
I
the
like
stage that they're
Yeah.
playing on. I mean, think about the number of fans they're playing in front of,
Yeah.
and what the atmosphere is like
Right.
now because people are buying tickets.
Yeah.
She's putting butts in the seats.
Hey,
You know?
Indiana is a basketball state. You
Yeah.
hear me? So
No, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you make a great point, and I sticking on that point, right? The Fever are slightly above. You made a good point. Playing alongside her, they're above 500 with or without Caitlin Clark on the field. So I want you guys to tell me. Oh yeah, the court. I'm sorry, on the field.
You got that?
You
You got
that football.
the Coach T,
But- but-
football,
but-
can't let it go.
I want you guys to tell me, like, what does that say about team chemistry versus the star player element of the game, right? Give me your take on that. What does that say about the team knowing that they're 500 with her on the court or without, you know?
I think it shows, one, they're a good team.
Okay.
You know, and I think, two, they are a better team because they've had time to play with her. You know, and teams, you know, they've been adjusting to that. And now you get an opportunity to play and showcase some of the other things that you can do. And then the one thing about the WNBA, because it's not as many teams, it doesn't take that long to get better, you know, when it comes to the draft and free agency. And, you know, you can go from worst to first, you know, real quick. And I think it's shown with the talent that they have on that team. So,
And I think, you know, the biggest thing is from a basketball perspective, you know, sometimes it is just about confidence.
yeah.
And when you get in the situation and they're playing with Caitlin and now you start to figure out, you know, okay, we got the pieces, you know, to win. And when you start to think about confidence, so when she's on the court, when she's off the court, my confidence has risen to a level
Yep.
that winning is now an expectation. And now that I've gotten some confidence, now that basket looks bigger.
Yeah.
You know, my teammates are moving at a different pace.
Yep.
My defense is better.
Yep.
You know, so I think they've built some confidence in each other that has turned into a winning mentality and winning attitude and a winning expectation on a nightly basis.
No, I agree.
Yep. So you guys are both coaches, right? So I'm gonna pick your brain. Do you think Caitlin Clark's effect is more visible in the box score or in the team's individual stats?
I would say, I would say both. I mean, you put up numbers that go in the box score, and it translates to what happens on the court. I mean,
yeah, no, I think a little bit of both. I mean, I think with what she is able to do, it does raise the level of everybody else.
Okay.
And like we said before, from an X and O perspective, since there's so much attention on her, if she's hitting shots, it's going to open the court.
Everything.
It's going to open the court wide open for one-on-one opportunities. You know, they can't stack the paint, pack the paint with players and things of that sort.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're now on that big NBA, WNBA court. Now you're really playing 4-on-4 when she doesn't have the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that one defender, she ain't helping
Right.
off
Yeah.
for nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so you really now I got all this space and we really playing 4-on-4.
Yeah.
You know, so it's her presence is felt.
It's big time.
Great take, man. I know she can knock them down, so she better not help.
Right. Exactly.
So let's jump into the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark saga, right? That's like the narrative of the WNBA. Why do people feel like they need to pick a side, whether it be Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark? Why do you feel that way?
I mean, honestly, it's just the way society is when it comes to rivalries, and just being blunt. I don't want to be political on this, but sometimes the race aspect do play a part of it where people pick sides. But at the end of the day, you think about two really good players, great basketball players that's doing wonders for the league. You know, you can root for both. I'm a fan of both because I enjoy the game. I'm actually a fan, as you guys can see, the Las Vegas Aces is my team.
Right.
That's my West team.
Yeah.
But I like to watch Caitlin Clark. I like to watch Angel Reese. So it's just the way things are today. And with social media, it only takes a small post and people can put things that's not even true to comments. I've seen people put things that Angel Reese said about Caitlin Clark that's just not even true, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, so you can definitely root for both.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's basketball.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, at the end of the day, when you look at it, is rivalry is what makes sports exciting.
Yeah.
That's what makes us tune in.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, Magic Bird,
Yep.
the rivalry just turned the NBA into something completely
Yeah.
different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have, from a marketing perspective, they have done the same thing with Caitlin and Angel Reese to really be able to turn it into a marketing machine. And it's been done on purpose, but that's why we watch. That's why we tune. That's why we tune in.
Yep.
With anything, there has to be rivalry.
It has to be a rival.
If there's no rivalry,
It's boring.
It's boring.
It's boring.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's turned into in every sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the WNBA should be completely grateful and thankful
And I'm sure they are.
that they were able to play that rivalry up beginning in college.
Yeah.
And then being able to continue it into the
league.
WNBA. And now you see other rivalries and other head-to-head matchups that are starting to, catch some steam.
Yeah.
Which is turning it into an exciting entertainment. Has entertainment value.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
More beyond just the basketball lovers.
Right.
Those of us
People
who
are
just love
tune in
basketball.
because
but now,
they're used to the right. They hear the rival. They're
now you're getting
Yeah.
fans coming from other sports and people who aren't necessarily basketball fans
Right.
are tuning in turning on their TV just to see what's going on
There you
with
go.
the rivalry.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, mission accomplished, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great take from both of you guys. Now, we'll stay on Angel Reese. We know she brings grit, defense, leadership. Let's take a look at the clips. Steve, can you cue the clips for us?
So we look at this. I'm going to go to Coach. Again, we show love to our guests. Coach, break this down. What do you see that's special about Reese?
Well, she has her biggest thing is she has a very high basketball IQ. She's a great passer. She has a really good understanding of the game, and where she's not the quickest player, she uses her body really well. She gets into the defender here, uses the rim, finishes with in an unorthodox way. But that's her game.
Yeah.
She uses her body really well,
Yeah.
and scores the ball with both hands under the basket.
Yeah. And you see here, solid defender, and she always goes hard. You know, she has a lot of respect in the league with the way she play and just having that fight and that dog in her. So you just can't deny it. And that's what we love to see, you know, someone when they step up and play not only well on the offensive end, but the defensive end. And from a rebounding standpoint, she's just a motor.
Nah, yeah, she's nonstop on both ends. And once again, it's her basketball IQ is what makes her special.
Yeah.
Now, after watching this clip, though, what's one thing that you guys can say people will probably overlook about Angel Reese's game?
Her ability to pass, she sees the floor so well, and she's one that can operate inside and outside. Even though she's not scoring herself from the outside, she can facilitate from the outside, where now the other team's big has to come out, and they generally won't pressure the ball.
Okay.
So she can just kind of like a quarterback,
Good
like
pass,
you see
yeah.
that pass there.
Yeah.
You know, just like a quarterback, she can see the floor and pick the defense apart.
Yeah.
I like it.
Definitely.
All right, let's move to the next clip.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you. Okay.
But that's what people tune
Yeah.
in. People tune in to see that fire, to see that extra that she brings to the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Once again, her vision.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see. That's one thing I overlooked for sure.
So we go here.
So we go
Okay.
here. We're going to tune in to Caitlin Clark. Tell me, guys, what you see about Caitlin Clark's game.
Pass, the vision. Coach Lamont brought that up with her ability to pass. Is everyone look at this? She brings so much attention, and she's not only looking for her shot, but she is aware of the attention that she brings, and she's a great passer.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and her teammates are figuring out how to play off of her.
Yeah,
And that's a testament to the coaching and the things that you can tell they're working on in practice.
Yeah, I like how she got to her spot, it seems, right there in that clip.
No, yeah. I mean, with her, and I mean, she plays with such good pace. And if you watch her eyes are always up,
always up.
which makes her always a threat. And with her always being a threat, all right, you can tell she's just spent a lot of time in the gym, a lot of time in the driveway, at the park, just working on her game,
Yep.
finishing in different ways, different angles.
And how does that change the way defensive play against her? Like, does that alter how a defense will play from game to game?
I think that
that
clip
right
right there
there
shows us
how
what
you
can-
defend her. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, you see her getting downhill, being physical, not being afraid of contact, but then she's coming at you and pulls up from 40 feet.
Look at that.
You know,
Wow.
like there's nothing you can do
There's nothing you
about
can do.
that.
Yeah.
You got to extend it. The defense has to extend out, and now you have all that space. Now, once you have all that space, a couple dribbles right, couple dribbles left, player cut. Now I got more lanes to find people open if I choose to pass. But that is a game changer
Yeah.
and a nightmare for a coach to have to game plan for.
Yeah, I can see how you can parallel her game to a Steph Curry with
yeah.
shots like that.
Yeah.
And we're not talking like in normally you would see that type of shot. It would be 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
The clock is running out.
Right.
When you shoot that type of shot. This is mid possession.
Right.
Cue the next one.
No, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Yeah. So, I think when we look at the direction that the league is going, I mean, I think it's going in a great direction. There's a lot of stars outside of, I know we spent a lot of time talking about Angel Reese, talking about Caitlin Clark, but again, Aja Wilson, she's considered the new GOAT to a lot of the younger players, and she's awesome. So we'll definitely have to spend some time dissecting the game and
Absolutely.
going into some of the playoffs are coming
Coming
pretty
up, yeah.
soon. So let's definitely reconnect and break that down.
For sure. But before we go, I want you guys to break down and tell me from the clips that we just viewed for Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, what would you say? Which one or what clip made you feel like they have potential for Hall of Fame, WNBA? Like, what about the game? Her game. their game?
I mean, Caitlin, if she stays on this path, this trajectory that she's on, she'll be a no-brainer. She'll break records. So she's going to do it in the record books as well as just people are going to see it with their eyes. Winning championships, maybe still a ways away for either of them. But I think the way Caitlin puts up points and puts up numbers, because she doesn't just do points. I mean, she's up there in assists as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's kind of doing it all. Now, Angel is doing it from a rebounding perspective.
Yep.
I mean, she's probably a double machine still at this point in her career. But I think that Caitlin is affecting the game in a different way.
Yeah.
So you would say from a Hall of Fame perspective, you would think she's probably on her path, a path to be a no-brainer.
And I would say with Reese, Coach broke it down. The double-doubles, the rebounding, she's a hustle player. Those are things, even as you get older, if your offensive game slips a little bit, you still got athletic ability. You still have that hustle in you. I think she has a knack for rebounding. She can find a way to continue to do that. And I think that's going to be her way into, eventually a Hall of Fame player.
Great stuff. And I have to ask you this, you guys. This is a bonus question. Caitlin Clark, you're the Indiana Fever. You're on Angel Reese. You're their head coach. What's your offense that you're running with your players? What's your offense that you're running with your players? And how would a game end with you guys coaching against each other?
Mine would be easy.
Hey, give
Caitlin the ball and spread out.
Okay.
I think she's one of those type of players that you can just give her the ball and she can make things happen.
Okay.
She has the IQ. She has the ability to know when it's time for me to go get mine, but then she can also find people. She passes the ball so well. So I think it would be pretty
easy.
Yeah, that'd be pretty easy. I think with Angel Reese, it's like she can affect the game, but her strength isn't like scoring.
Okay.
So using her ability to minimize second chance shots, so that way you're not giving a team that has a Caitlin Clark multiple opportunities to get a lot of shots. That would be my way. We got to minimize second chance shots, third chance shots.
Got you.
And
how does it end? I need to know. I have to know this. Who wins?
I mean, they're beating them now. That's how it ends.
I mean, you guys are coaching though. Are you going to have the remedy for Caitlin Clark? Are you going to know how to D her game up? And will you be able to stop Angel Reese?
Because you got to know. I will have an effective game plan for Caitlin on how she will. I mean, Reese on how she will affect the game.
Yeah.
But again, there's so many other elements as far as winning. I would definitely say Angel Reese would be prepared to do what I told her to do.
Okay.
So I at least can say that.
That's
Right.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it would be a game planning would be just like you said. Our game plan scouting report would be keep her off the boards.
Yeah.
Keep her off the boards. Don't let her get offensive rebounds. And that way you can hold them to one shot. And now we can get to the other end and get the ball in Caitlin's hands and let's go.
Gotcha.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you,
Okay.
gentlemen. I appreciate y'all, man. You guys got me locked in on
Right.
the WNBA. So if y'all not watching, you have two guys that just made y'all, reasons to watch the WNBA. So let's get it, y'all.
Let's get it.
Yep.
Peace.
Appreciate
Peace.
it.